Heroes, villains, sidekicks, all throughout. Hello and welcome to the Umbra Initiative post-show episode 5. If you're listening to this, it's because you supported us on Patreon, or we decided to post it anyway. Just fuck it.
Yep, and you probably watched episode 5.
if you
hope
are
so.
watching this,
Spoilers.
if you are watching this, you're too late, because holy fuck.
That was a doozy.
We are all sad, we are all
I'm
devastated,
sinking
we
in
are
my
all in
chair.
pain.
We,
I threw a piece of dye at you.
That
People don't know, we record these as soon as we're done.
Host
As soon as
shows.
We've had less
Like
than
5
3
minutes.
minutes to,
Yeah.
like, process what just happened, and
We're loosey-goosey.
I'm goosey at least.
Oh
Man.
god.
You know,
I'm ready to fucking skip town. That's what I'm ready to do.
Yeah, holy shit.
some important stuff happened this
A
episode.
lot of
Oh my god, so
We
much.
started with combat.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
one.
We
That
fought
was
the
intense.
Until it
moose.
wasn't.
the moose god.
Yeah,
We killed him
let's-
with a
yeah,
coyote
let's take this
meteor.
from the top. I threw a
Oh yeah,
coyote.
you did throw the coyote.
I like how that was like the weirdest thing that happened, but that got completely overshadowed by everything else that happened.
It was the most fun thing that happened.
Dude, I loved it. That was insane, and I loved every bit
It
of
was great.
Ah.
It was a 10 out of 10 moment. You know.
I don't know
Of
what
shenanigans.
much like other players, I don't know what came over me.
that's-
I kept imagining in my head like just the sky darkening, like
Well-
meteors
well-
falling, like, just coyotes.
My mentality was like, I really don't have a lot of abilities. I have fly, I have
Gotta be
punch things, and I
creative.
have this black hole.
Mhm, yep.
And using that black hole, I can kind of make things happen with it, and kind of do some telepathy and do pseudo
Yep.
and other things. So I'm kind of within the parameters of my powers trying to find creative uses for the shit I can do.
Yeah. That's what I did with Adam all the time.
Honestly-
like, I could
and-
run and punch. I
and
just had to
move
find weird ways to do that.
Right.
And move object is such a good power to have for creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just
Absolutely
do
is.
like so much.
Between that and fall damage. Fall damage
my
fucking kicks
God.
ass, let me
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah.
Especially from 900
let's hope
feet in
we
the air.
don't use that as a crux for combat.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
No,
I'm
I'm
just
just
gonna
gonna
drop. Gonna be very
I'm gonna drop a
boring.
motherfucker on another motherfucker. I don't care.
I hope you don't,
Like-
because I
It's
would
done.
not like
It's a
that.
one and done.
If I
Let's
like,
see.
yeah, it's very tempting once you learn a very overpowered mechanic
Mhm.
to like abuse it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, if I knew that in campaign 1, I would have been just throwing dudes straight up.
Yeah, right.
Chucking people.
Now your next turn is
Well,
to
you were-
Mjolnir through someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
You're
were
an enemy.
flinging people.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to ghost ride my bike into the coyote.
True.
Yeah,
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that
I
would have
wanted-
been so cool.
I wanted to run someone over, jump off, and then like be only on my bike back
Right,
to me.
that would have been
This is
so cool.
bad.
My initial plan for like taking down the moose was I picked up the coyote to drop it to test to see if it would actually work.
Mhm.
But then learning that it would take for fucking ever to hit the ground,
Yeah.
I kind of played with it a little bit and figured out like I can speed this up by doing this,
It
and
was-
this, and
As you were learning as playing.
yeah, for
yeah.
sure. But initially, my idea was because like I can't fly and you can't, or I can't fly and you can't fly. I was kind of wondering to see like how much control you actually had over yourself versus like the entity that had control over you.
Yeah, 0.
Yeah, and I learned that. I learned that.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, well, I mean,
You learn.
potentially we could fucking work together and both kill this fucking moose if each of us just grab an antler and the two of us will
I
just fucking
know.
lift it up and drop it. Which sounds all well and good until you can't do that because you want to eat everything.
You know,
Yeah,
hungry,
yeah.
munchy.
It was tough. It was very tough deciding who to shoot. in that
Yeah.
fight.
Mhm.
I
Very
also
difficult.
felt that to the max because all of you were just like my enemies. So I was like, now what do I do right now?
Yeah.
My,
Yeah, just like as bear, I knew like my job is to attack Arabella.
yes.
That's what
Mhm.
I'm doing.
yeah.
But at the same time, this moose is trying to kill me. And like
Yeah, right.
last time I tried to shoot Arabella, Jordan tried to kill me.
Yeah,
So
because
like I was like, what should I do?
my goal in that situation pretty much was to get everybody to survive.
Mhm.
Pretty much, like everybody that kind of like was worth their weight. Like,
You got something to say?
Well, I mean, Lacey died.
Oh, I know.
I didn't have any
hate
emotional
it.
attachment to her as a person, like as a character. Like I didn't really know her. It happened. It sucked.
I knew her for
felt
a session,
bad, but
and
I
that's all it
mean,
took.
that sucks. But my allegiance was to get Arabella back to the compound in one way or another, and to protect her. But I learned the hard way that I can protect her from nothing. I have no
Yeah.
power over really anything, and that fucking sucks.
I will say though, this is the first time that she was seen, and it's not very often, hopefully, that should happen again.
Yeah. This isn't just gonna become a PvP campaign.
Right, no,
Yeah.
nothing even close. This is more of like, you know, for funsies. Like,
Yeah.
here we go, we're going all out. This is what it's like. Here, get a little taste, because you're not going to see it again for very long.
Mm-hmm. You want to know a little bit of behind-the-scenes thoughts of what I was gonna do with Barrett when he got Lacey? If he brought her back to the house because if she still had the black goop like in her somewhere, he was gonna call up the dude on his laptop and cut her apart. Well, they
Oh
saw
my
to be
God,
like, this
you're
is what's happening in
ruthless,
this town.
dude.
Damn.
Damn.
I kind of wish it was the black goo in it.
Oh my
I know, right? That's
gosh.
pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
be like, this is happening. Here's proof.
Yeah.
Damn.
But,
It
like,
sucks without Arabella. You guys fight. Well, I don't know, you're sometimes. But you're still like, Lacey's dead, fuck her, fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Albert's like,
She doesn't even know yet.
no, she doesn't.
No. Well, she doesn't really believe it, but she
Mm-mm.
doesn't know a lot.
She has more allegiance with Mother Adele.
Yeah.
That was
So
boo-boo. That was a lot
leads
of.
to,
Yeah, there were a lot of very heavy emotional moments there. Heavy conversations afterwards.
yeah.
It was very, very difficult to. I mean, it's always a little difficult with PvP because, like, you
Oh,
as a
yeah.
player don't want to kill someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or kill another character. Not that I don't know if you would even let that happen, but it's always like such a. I like the dynamic of when we're having the fight. It's like, oh, you think all the enemies are gone? It's like, nope. Still
Yeah,
got
yeah,
another
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Once that kind of happened and like the moose died and everything kind of dissipated,
I was a little surprised too.
I
that
caught on.
You said that.
Yeah.
You're like, no, enemy's still here. I was like,
No,
Whoa.
yeah.
You didn't have to fight each other.
Yeah.
If you wanted to think around it somehow. Who am I
Yeah.
to say?
right.
Like,
Honestly, the enemy
She's
was
not-
Lacey.
Oh, really?
mhm.
She's shooting.
But there were more complex things at work at that point.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Because Barrett wouldn't have stopped until
Everyone's shooting at
Arabella
each other.
died, pretty much. And yeah.
We have guns now, guys.
I
Holy
know.
shit! What a fucking
What a world.
concept.
Yeah.
It's very every time we have like a session similar to this, it surprises me how against how I usually play it feels to play an outsider character.
Mm.
I usually don't play someone who's like, I'm doing my own thing.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Barrett is very much that.
And it was.
And it feels weird every time I'm like, yeah, I'm driving away. Like that,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
feels like against what I would want to do.
Right.
Yeah, I felt the same way when I woke up and was basically kind of stating where Jordan stands on everything that's happening in town now, to the effect of
Fuck
I
you.
failed
Fuck
again.
your shit.
I have no control over everything that fucking happens around me yet again. Fuck this. I'm out of here. And that seems to just be like his common like theme is he's constantly wrestling with failure no matter how much power he seems to have. He's always like right man wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Again and again and again and again and again no matter what. And
But he's still coming back.
Mhm.
He's still there. He's still at that time
yeah,
for some
and
reason.
It's it's fun to kind of explore that now
Mhm.
because of Jordan's past and because of what he's lost and things like that. Like acknowledging straight up, like now it's kind of out clear Jordan wants to die in camp.
Mhm.
So far,
Mhm.
it won't. Nothing will come. Like he
Say he wants to die. I
Gets
don't
hell
really
up.
get that vibe in terms of like it'd be happy if it happened, but he wouldn't be fighting so hard if he.
It's
Right.
it's
You know?
more his
what Arabella
motivation.
said.
His motivation was there at that particular point
Mhm.
was to get everybody kind of out of there, pretty much Arabella, like to keep her alive.
Really enjoyed our interaction. I thought that was a very good
I agree.
interaction.
Yeah, it was.
Because you, especially with player characters, you always want them to be like on the same page, on the same side, always like agree. And so to be like, no, like this fucking sucks. Like,
Yeah.
get the, like, fuck you, fuck your shit.
Yeah.
And it's really like, oh, well, you know, there's no resolution to it, obviously, as of right now. And so
Right.
it's much more like relatable, I feel like, because obviously even with friends you're never gonna agree all the time, so I feel like having that tension just like I feel like it's like palpable,
Right.
you
right.
just feel like
Yeah.
oh no, this is not a good situation.
Yeah, like what you were
Doesn't
saying,
feel good to
like
be in.
I was going against my own kind of instincts as a player
Mhm,
to be Jordan in that situation, because obviously my goal is to keep the group together and to keep like us kind of striving towards the goal of resolving the things that are happening in town. But everything going on with Jordan says there's no surviving this, there's no winning this, there's no like rational solution that everybody can kind of come together and agree on, and then, you know, whatever, like this is fucking batshit. Fuck this. I've been to fucking space and space wasn't even this crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah.
It's funny because like as like a player in a group, you always want to kind of consider the group, but like this is a very much like strange situation where like you have to consider number one all the time.
Yeah.
And that leads you in a
Themes.
very different direction from where you would normally choose to go.
Yeah. And even though like playing Barrett as kind of like desensitized, like sometimes I enjoy it and sometimes I don't. Because like sometimes I want to be like more emotional and not just seem like yeah sure
heartless.
yeah this is just how it is.
Right.
But like at the same time I enjoy the visual of like you two having a really dramatic conversation, Barrett just being like delivering a dead girl to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
dealing with a way deeper, worse
Right.
situation with no emotion
Yeah.
versus two people that are fucking scared, not knowing how to handle it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Just like delivering bad news to the church, like yeah, she died. And
Yeah.
then just like having a cigarette and going home.
The contrast of that is so fucking cool, though.
Yeah.
I really like, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again and I'll say it 1,000 times. But the fact that we all have such strong character themes is like really, I feel like, thriving in this situation, because again, it's not like agree, yeah, we're all doing the same thing for the same reasons because we're a party.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, all right, I'm gonna do this because of X, Y, and Z. Now I'm gonna do this. We just happen to have the same goal, but different reasons why we're doing it.
Right.
And like, it makes it for a much more interesting story when, like you said, we all have different sides. We're all doing different things, you know. And even if it's just like day-to-day life, like for you, for Barrett, sometimes it might be like having a sandwich sitting in the same spot. But then other times you're like, hold on, why is he doing this? He's just getting rid of a dead body. Like, oh, that's kind of weird. That's not a great feeling. And
Yeah.
it just makes you more invested in like, oh, he's alone. What's he gonna do? And I feel like I feel that way for all of our characters. Like, oh,
I do
okay, like Jordan's by himself. Like, what's gonna happen? You know, or Barrett's by himself, or Arabella. You know, like it's different for each of us, and there's no like, it's not very similar. They're all very different lifestyles.
Yeah.
And it holds for much more depth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never know what's going to happen going into any of these sessions for this campaign, and
Yeah.
I like that a lot because like campaign 1, it was really fun and it was really bombastic, but like you could see the beats, you know, like okay, they're going to this place and they're gonna meet characters and they're gonna fight things, and like, you know, this set, like every session in this campaign, I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
what's gonna
These
happen.
characters very much have a mind of their own.
Yeah.
And something weird, like what you were just saying, kind of like made me sort of realize this. Jordan and Barrett are kind of opposites in the sense of like Barrett has to do all these things, but all he wants to do, it seems, is absolutely nothing. He doesn't want to do fucking anything at all. Whereas Jordan is the complete opposite, where he can't not do anything. He has to constantly stay busy, or else like both of them, like if they can't get like what they need to do, like they like will freak out, I feel. And it's interesting to see both of those things at play at the same time.
They're very like, I feel like all three of our characters,
They're individual, but
they are maybe less so with Arabelle. I was gonna say they're all very like, they're kind of selfish, Like they just kind of want what they want.
Yeah.
Like they all have their own goals, and that's kind of like all they really care about.
Yeah.
Speak for
But,
yourself.
yeah, that's what I kind of said less so with Arabella.
Yeah.
But
But
when they come together, they like still work as a team. But then they're like, I don't want to be. I don't want to be with you.
It definitely hurt. Like, it definitely hurt me physically to not have that heart, that like feeling, emotional person in the party when you know it's the demon out. She's like, oh fuck it, like I'm gonna fucking kill this person. Who cares? And it just hurts physically because I'm like, no, somebody should stop this.
You're taking a back seat in your own actions.
Literally, I'm like, please, somebody
He's
stop
already
it.
dead.
Yeah, like what was funny was like when like we were fighting, like
Somebody stop it.
as Jordan didn't have a fear really of what was happening because of the like situation he was in and his past and whatever. Like it was strange, but it wasn't particularly like scary to him. But then as you know, as he got attacked and whatever, like the goal was still pretty much to keep people alive. Like even if like Barrett wanted to try to kill Arabella without Jordan, I know or I feel that he wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
So like Jordan trying to hold Arabella back to kind of protect him was just to like kind of give him a chance to get away.
Sure.
And wasn't so much like a like I'm going to stop you from killing him thing. It was just like now's your chance to kind of like get away. But when like Jordan got hit and like took that bite and like died, like I was less concerned about like the well-being of Jordan and more interested to see like where the story was gonna go from there. That's why like as things happened and then like once Jordan like got fucking bit and fell from the sky, I mostly just kind of like got quiet because like I was watching.
Yeah,
Like I'm not like I wasn't like horribly like emotionally invested in like, oh no, Jordan's gonna die, what am I going to do? Because it's
I
not
was.
me.
I was like,
You were,
oh God,
it's
he's gonna
funny,
be
like you
so
were more
mad when
concerned
he
about me
dies.
than me, but I kind of liked that because I being
Well-
like not afraid to die as in character was interesting
yeah.
because I'm not used to playing a character that way.
What I also get afraid of, which I don't want to do in the future, but I did it this time, is not being in character when things like that happens. Because like, you know, when she finally makes like that final blow, like obviously my character would be like happy about it, but meanwhile I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I feel like that kind of took away a little bit, but yeah, I was
wonder
very
what would
interested.
happen if you ever caused one of our characters to actually die.
Like I said, I don't know if that's a possible thing. We could talk about that.
Yeah. Neo brought up an interesting point that was probably like saved by storytelling, was the sense of like taking damage while incapacitated causes dying. I was incapacitated falling to the ground just as we were joking about fall damage for the past
I
45
know.
minutes. If I hit the ground, I would have died.
Talk about narrative karma.
Yeah, the plot armor saved me once.
Just a laughing coyote next to you as a ghost.
Yeah.
Wily coyote.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Suddenly everything is dark except for this one weird giggling coyote thing, and then suddenly in a completely different fucking time frame I'm a big green floating like legless thing that I'm forced to work for some purple haired dude. Everything comes full circle.
So before we go, who do you think? What do you think of Raj?
I'm very excited for that character. There's so many ideas that I have of what motivation he could possibly have.
Like what?
I'm wondering if he's connected to Bowie at all, because they both seem to be in the same place, or not in the same place, but you know, like in that area when everything goes down, and they suddenly just aren't. Bowie's gone, dip, don't know where he goes, and then this random man is just there. So I just wonder, you know, if there could be a connection there. If what side he's even on, if he's like, ha, sucks to be you guys, good luck. You know, if he's even a good, you know, I hesitate to say good guy or bad guy, but where his morals line in with the rest of us. Not that our characters have very good morals, but you know, I'm very interested to see that.
My predictions is that he is from the Umbra, and he's either our connection to bigger things, or he's trying to stop the realities from converging.
That's also why I think he's with Bowie, because Bowie just appeared when the thing happened. Yeah.
I don't like, we don't know very much about him at all. But you've met him and I've met him, and it makes me wonder if he. Part of me wonders if he's responsible for the Umbra even appearing in Arcadian Haven to begin with, and if he is orchestrating it, and like whether or not he's like handpicked us to be the ones to interact with this thing that he's brought to this town, or what. But
just being trustworthy, like whether or not he's trustworthy, is huge.
Yeah, no, I don't fucking trust him at all, and I don't think I will. I don't know.
I'm interested to see what happens if Arabella mentions that to you guys.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
me too.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for the episode 5 post show.
Holy crap.
Spread the word about us, please.
Yes.
Please.
We're going to be back next time.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.